Why do plants
can make their food while we can?
طب نجم دي 3 2 1 action.
Plants don't have dogs. Why
do plants can make their food while we can't?
why do plants can make their food?
3 2 1 لا انا لو 3 2 1 action.
Plants don't What are the kind
What are?
the kind of cells? What are the kind of cells?
كلاكيت هنصور داير كلاكيت هنصور
What are different
كلاكيت هنصور
and between animal cells?
كلاكيت
What is the difference between
Animal cells and plant cells.
and plant cells? What is the difference between animal
ما تقولش
cells
بقى.
animal
Between
animal cell
and
plant
plant
cell? Between animal cell and plant cell. What is the animal cell? What is the difference between animal cell and plant cell?
هنصور
Animal cell, between. What is the difference?
هنصور
What is the difference between animal cell and plant cell? Animal cell and plant cell. What is the
كلاكيت
what is the
إيه ده؟
what is the what is difference? What is difference? What is the difference
هنصور
between animal cells?
كلاكيت
What is the difference between animal cells and
هنصور
What is the
what is the
difference?
difference between animal cell
هنصور
and plant cell? What is
كلاكيت
What is the difference between animal cell and plant cell?
what is the difference
كلاكيت
between animal cell and plant cell?
هنصور كلاكيت هنصور داير كلاكيت هنصور
Plants don't eat, but how can they live?
هنصور
1 2 3
كلاكيت هنصور
1 2
داير كلاكيت هنصور
But plants don't eat. Plants don't eat.
كلاكيت
But how plants don't eat. But how can they live? Plants don't live. But how can they live?
Bodies of all living organisms consist of fundamental basic units. So we have a question here.
What is the building unit of our body?
Yeah, it's a very important question. What is the building unit of our body? We have learned before that our body consists of a group of systems that work together in full harmony to assist our existence and survival. And each system in our body consists of a group of organs. And each organ consists of a group of tissues. And each tissue consists of a group of similar units called cells. The cell is the building unit of bodies of living organisms. For example, our body consists of a set of systems which also consist of a group of organs, such as the human digestive system, which consists of a group of organs, such as mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, etc. Or like the respiratory system, which consists of a group of organs such as nose, pharynx, trachea, etc. Each organ consists of a group of tissues. Finally, each tissue consists of a group of similar units called cells. Cells are very tiny units that can't be seen by naked eye. So we use a microscope to see them. If we examine an onion leaf epidermis using a microscope, we can observe that the epidermis tissue of the onion plant leaf is made up of similar units known as the plant cells. Now we conclude that the cell is the building unit of bodies of living organisms, and it is the functional and structural unit of bodies of living organisms, as it contains a specific organelles that perform biological and vital processes inside the cell. The cell contains a nucleus that controls the vital processes inside the cell, and also it is responsible for cell division. The cell is filled by a liquid which is called cytoplasm, in which the cell organelles are suspended and vital processes occurs in it. Also, the cell is surrounded by a cell membrane called plasma membrane that controls the substances that enter or leave the cell. We have learned before that the cell is the building unit of bodies of living organisms. But scientists found that the building unit of plants' bodies differ from the building unit of animals and human bodies. So we have another question here.
What are the kinds of cells?
There are two types of cells, the plant cell and the animal cell. And they are different from each other in structure and function. So we have another question.
What is the difference between animal cell and plant cell?
There are many differences between plant cell and the animal cell. The plant cell is surrounded by a cell wall that supports the plant cell and gives it its structure, while the animal cell is surrounded by a cell membrane, which explains why the skin of human body and animals is soft. Also, the plant cell contains a green plastids or chloroplasts that enable the plant cell to absorb sunlight and perform photosynthesis process. We have another question here.
Plants don't eat, but how can they live?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Really, plants don't eat, but how can they live? I think I told you that the plant cell contains green plastids, which enable the plant to obtain the required energy directly from the sun through a process called photosynthesis process.
Why do plants can make their food while we can't?
Plants can make their food because their cells contain green plastids, which enable them to absorb sunlight, while our body cells or even the animal cells don't contain green plastids. I'm not green in color, okay? So we can't absorb sunlight as plants do. So we can't make our food by ourselves.
Plants don't have bones. But how do they stand without support?
It's very great observation. Plants can stand, although they don't have bones like us. There should be a secret. The secret is that the plant cell is surrounded by a cell wall that supports the plant and gives it its structure. We can see animals because they are called multicellular living organisms. But there are another type of living organisms called unicellular living organisms. And although they are spread around us in air, water, and in soil, but we can't see them by naked eye. The unicellular living organisms are microorganisms around us, which can't be seen by naked eye, such as bacteria and yeast fungus. Some unicellular living organisms are harmful, such as bacteria that cause a lot of diseases to humans, while others are useful, such as bacteria that used in making yogurt and cheese, as well as the yeast fungus, which is used in making bread and alcohol.
Why do plants can make their food while we can't?
طب نجم دي 3 2 1 action.
Plants don't have bones. Why we can
Why do plants can make their food while we can't?
why do plants can make their food
3 2 1 لا انا اللي هو 3 2 1 action.
plants don't
What are the kind
What are?
What are the kind
What are?
What are the kind of cells? What are the kind of cells?
جاكيت هنصور داير جاكيت هنصور جاكيت هنصور
What are different
جاكيت
difference
هنصور
and there between animal cell?
هنصور
What
جاكيت
is the
هنصور
difference? What is the difference? The difference between
Animal cells and plant cells.
and plant cells. What is the difference between animal
ما تقولش
cells?
أم بقى.
Animal cell
Between
animal cell
and
plant
plant
cell. Between animal cell and
داير جاكيت
plant cell. What is the animal cell? What is the difference between animal cell and plant cell?
هنصور
Animal cell, between. What is the difference?
هنصور
What is the difference? What is the difference between animal cell and plant cell? Animal cell and plant cell. What is the
جاكيت
what is the
إيه ده؟
what is the what is difference? What is difference? What is the difference
هنصور
between animal cells?
جاكيت
What is the difference between animal cells and
هنصور
What is the
what is the
difference?
difference between animal cell
هنصور
and plant cell? What is
جاكيت
What is the difference between animal cell and plant cell?
what is the difference
جاكيت
between animal cell and plant cell?
هنصور جاكيت هنصور داير هنصور كلاكيت هنصور
Plants don't eat. But how can they live?
هنصور
1 2 3.
كلاكيت هنصور
1 2.
داير كلاكيت
Sorry.
كلاكيت هنصور
But plants don't
داير
eat.
كلاكيت
Plants don't eat.
كلاكيت
But how plants don't eat. But how can they live?
داير
Plants don't live.
هنصور
But how can they live?